Hey there, it's Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan, and we're looking at a 2008 Mitsubishi Delica D5. This one here modified with over fenders, lifted suspension, Under Armour, look at that. And this one was bought from auction here in Japan for one of our oldest customers, someone who bought their first car over 10 years ago. And that was a Delica as well. Now this one here is a 2.4 liter gasoline variable valve timing engine, 4-wheel drive, and boy oh boy does this thing ever look intimidating. I'll switch the engine off for the rest of the report. I'll just give you a little rev here so you can see. Nice and peppy engine. Also look at this, you can watch Japanese TV, but only while you're in Japan. Switch that off for now. Look at that, it says goodbye. Huh. Okay, so the engine runs fine, and no mention of any oil or coolant problems from Jacob. Looks like an aftermarket air filter in there, but otherwise everything is looking pretty stock under the engine room. And look at how much space that you get when you get the 4-cylinder version. So yes, they do come in diesel, and you might be able to get a V6 version. I don't actually know. It has been a while since I've thought about the Delicas. And then this air struts, they don't work anymore, but they aren't original parts. That's an aftermarket air strut. And so you can still just use the regular hood prop for it. Now let's lower this. What a crazy looking car. Like, it is on video, the scale of the vehicle doesn't really come through, but lifted 4-wheel drive minivans are cool. I'm totally digging those headlight covers, and then the black on the black is it's a cool look, I must say. Let's go now to the auction inspection sheet. So 2008 Delica D5, this is a G power package. Not sure what that means, but it sounds better than non-power package, I guess. Auction grade 4, interior C with power steering, power windows, and airbag, original black. Purchase from user and 4-wheel drive. And this says aftermarket wheels, aftermarket suspension, aftermarket side steps. Okay. Aftermarket exhaust, aftermarket steering wheel, but the wood is cracked on it. Seat covers are aftermarket as well, but they have been ripped. Interior dirty, hood dampers don't work, underside has been painted, very scratches and dents. And then the body has a few minor things on it. A1, A2, A1, A1, A1. So A1 is a minor scratch, A2 is a medium scratch, U2 on the roof here, medium dent, and then AU2 on the back here is a medium dent as well. Overall, I think I'm pretty happy with the condition. There are a few things, like the driver's side door handle has a number of fingernail scratches around it. Might be able to polish those up. Fingernails, they typically don't leave super deep scratches in them, so you can probably get those back. So D5, we're not selling a ton of these anymore. We do a moderate amount, but not a ton anymore. Seems like they used to be a little bit more popular when they were a brand new export to Canada, but these have been legal for, I don't know, a good 3 or 4 years, and the original excitement has maybe died down. Plus, prices came up a little bit here in Japan, as they have been seen as something of a, like a retro revitalization. Like Land Cruiser Prados, all Land Cruisers, Hilux Surfs, Hilux pickup trucks. A lot of these kind of off-road lifestyle type vehicles became really popular recently. And it seems that like the newest versions of many of these vehicles just aren't appealing to people because they want something that's a bit more classic. Hence why you're seeing these a little bit more expensive. That being said, I always thought the Delicas were really well priced. I just put my head into spider web that I know there's a giant spider in, so I hope he's not on my face. Oh no, he's still up there. Let's have a little spider review. See if we can see that. No, it doesn't focus very well. Anyways, the spider's like that big.
Want to see us having fun in Japan? Go check out our new channel. Link in the description.
Sorry, no spider review today. So we're looking at damages here. Damages and other things about the car. So first off, marker lights that kind of look like fog lights, but then fog lights down here, integrated into the bumper. Delica always coming at you with the aggressive front end. That's always kind of been the foray for these Delicas. Headlight covers, which I like. You're going to want to pop those off and polish the headlights because they're faded a bit there. Grille has been painted matte black, There's a few areas where the paint has kind of chipped off of it. Okay, a little bit of a scratch here and some minor paint cracks on this little fog light piece. All right, fender mirror. Now this one here has two mirrors on it. You can see one of them for the side of the car and one of them for the front of the car. This gives you, from the driver's area, a representation of how far you are against things. So when you're 4x4ing, this allows you to see things better. Paint on the bracket of it, not doing so hot. It's peeled a little bit. Over fenders are quite large. You can see that brings it out, oh, I'd say 5 centimeters at least, maybe a little bit more. A little bit of a scratch there. Seems like that would be considered an A2. This here, another mirror. This gives you visibility down here. Again, you might have a rock or a stump or something that you need to see while you're off-roading. Okay, running board here has a little bit of damage. Here's what I'm talking about with the scratches around the door handles. And some paints and some manufacturers tend to scratch a little bit worse than others. Kind of like a Honda, Mitsubishi, Nissan. They seem to be the worst for it. Some of them there too. Okay, the rest of this is looking good. We got a pretty big scratch here though. Considering the age though, it's not so bad. And these tend to be pretty reliable as well from what I've seen. The gasoline ones and the diesel ones both. From this generation though, ooh, look at that, aftermarket exhaust. And aftermarket mud flaps, Jaos, world's leading SUV equipment manufacturer. In this case, minivan. But sort of like a crossover, right? A crossover minivan slash SUV. A little scrape there. And plenty of scratches around here. I have seen good luck in people polishing those out, but it matters how much paint you have left. And these Mitsubishis have a little bit on the thin side for paint. Okay, digging the wheels. Adventure Club, I guess. Tires look like they're done for. And yeah, tires come from 2018, and so that makes them a 8-year-old tire now, or next year will be 8 years old. It's independent suspension on these. Oh, I guess you can't see much of it because of the armor on the underside. I do really dig the armor. It's not like you're going to be using it all that often, but knowing you've got the armor makes you feel like you could be using it. And that's the point. And yes, I've always found that these to be generally pretty capable four-wheel drive vehicles. All the Delicas. Let's go now to the interior. Open this up. Okay, now these seats here, I believe we can slide these forward and backwards. Let's just have a quick look if that's true. Yes, they are. And they're currently in the full back position. I'm seeing cup holders there. And seat covers only on the front 5 seats. These back ones don't have the covers. You have the seats in the full back position. That gives you tons of leg room up there, but not much storage room. I believe these seats can be flipped flat like this, so then they could still be used as a shelf to put something in there if it needs to be a little bit bigger, or you can stuff it down in there while your seats are still in this position. It's not too hard to flip them up. These seats flip like that, and then the whole seat will flip up to the side. You can see the hinges right here, and then it gives you much more space in the back if you want it, and it only takes 15 seconds to flip those. There's instructions here how to do it. Okay. Sliding doors on both sides. This was the era where that became a normal thing. Prior to this, the sliding doors used to be only on one side. Have a quick look at the hinge here, because when you have over fenders on your sliding van doors, yeah, you got to put on a different kind of bracket here that allows the door to come a little bit further away so that it clears the over fender. And it barely does. It looks like it was engineered just to fit that. Okay, let me just move the seats. A little bit of a pet peeve of mine when seats are not at the same angle. These, I guess, are some of the other parts that we got. I'll just put those in the back. Okay, so as you can see, a leather-looking seat cover. Some people love them. I love the protection that they give. I don't like the feeling of the leather seat covers most of the time. But if you feel that way, you can pop them off. If you like them, you can keep them on. But considering the ones in the front are ripped, probably take them off. Good news, the seats underneath should be in excellent condition as a result. Looks like it's missing floor mats, but the carpeting is good, and floor mats to fit a van are easy to find. Has an aftermarket flip down monitor for you. It's always nice to have. I remember when that was a big deal. This one's an aftermarket one, so it must have been expensive. A quick peek at the front here. And down there, the console. Let's go now to the front area. Okay, door cards, I think looking pretty good. I like the design of them. Got a nice little soft touch material there. Power door handles, of course. Power windows. This piece here, I believe, is an aftermarket piece. Yeah, I think this is an aftermarket piece, as well as the steering wheel, which unfortunately has cracked. So it might be time for a new steering wheel. You might want to check what Mitsubishis you can get in North America. They might use the same steering wheel because you're going to want to keep that airbag if you can. Okay, looks like there's some tape on here. Yeah, that's a little bit loose, so something needs to be repaired. And here you can see this doesn't fully fit on super well. Has some rips in it and whatnot. Has a bit saggy, some cracking in these areas. Okay. So some sticky material on here for something that used to be mounted. Carzaria Navi screen there. Super easy 3-dial controls. We love these. You set your temperature there. You set your fan speed here and where you want it. Perfect. Not too sure what's going on here. Looks like something. It's a free box, but it doesn't fit too well because, again, all of these panelings are all aftermarket. And this table, it's got to go. I honestly quite hate these. Some people obviously like them. They're very Japanese. Fit your cigarettes here and your drinks here. And there's a certain type of owner that happens to always smoke in the cars that loves these. The interior, not smelling a ton like smoke. Maybe a bit. This wouldn't bother me, and I'm fairly sensitive to it. Some cup holders here, and I think you got 2 more cup holders under here that this is kind of slotted into. Let's just pull it. Yeah, there we go. So you can see it's meant to just slot into the cup holders. Not my favorite. Okay, looking relatively clean. Still could use a nice cleanup. What do we got over here? Glove box with some random things. Second glove box for people who want to double the gloves in their life. Headliner looking fairly clean. Yeah, I'd say pretty good. You are going to pay extra for the ones that are lifted on the bigger suspension, bigger tires, and the more aggressive looks like this one, but it's honestly not a hard bargain. These are incredibly cool and make a great statement in most countries, such as in Canada, where this is going to be like, whoa, what's that? Anyway, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for checking it out. My name is Derek Weldon from Pacific Coast Auto. Check out our website if you're interested in importing from Japan. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.